Welcome back to my channel. I am in baby girl number 2's nursery, so excuse the mess, it is completely not done yet. But today I wanted to share my holy grail must-have newborn items. These are the things that I always recommend to my new first-time mom friends. Basically anyone that asks me on Instagram or YouTube, like, what are your must-have items? These are them. I had a very fussy newborn the first time around, and these were the items that basically got me through it. So I wanted to share those with you today. I think I've done a video on this before, but I just want to reiterate how important these are for me personally, and I do know a lot of other people do feel the same way about most of them. So if you're a first-time mom and you're looking for, things to buy on your must-have list, definitely look into these items. Do your own research. Do not depend on Instagram, YouTube reviews solely, just on that. Do your own research, look at reviews, think about what you're comfortable using, and then go with your gut. This is just what personally worked for me, so I'm going to share those today. So to start off with the simple things first, we used a soother with Rylan the first time around, so I am 100% using one this time around. And what helped us the most was the Wubbanub. And the whole purpose of the Wubbanub is that the stuffed animal is like a weight, so that when they're in the car seat or they're swaddled laying on their back, that it doesn't fall out as easy as another soother. So that definitely helped us, especially for sleeping, like when she was laying flat in the Dockatot or the pack and play or whatever, and in the car seat. It just helped keep it in place. And then even as she got older and was able to find her soother in her crib, this was so helpful because she was able to easily grab it and put it back in herself versus just a single soother. So this is definitely on my must-have list. The other option would be the Passy plushie, which is essentially the exact same thing, except for instead of it being completely attached, you get to attach your own soother to the end of it, which is what we did when Rylan was older. So there's that option as well. All of these things kind of go hand in hand with sleep, but a white noise machine is, I don't know what we would have done without a white noise machine. The one we use with Rylan is still in her room. It's a Grail one that they discontinued, so I can't show that one in this video, but we are going to be using this Hatch Baby Rest one, which has the built-in dimmable lamp, but the whole purpose is sound machine. And honestly, it is such a good investment to have. You can use your phone, you can use those type of things, but just to have something that you can leave and walk away from and bring with you, and you don't have to have your phone tied up, is very handy. So I do highly recommend getting a sound machine. You don't have to get anything fancy like this. You can get just a generic sound machine, doesn't have to be for baby, on Amazon or Walmart, whatever. It's just so helpful to have to drown out background noise, and if your baby's a light sleeper in their nursery, it's just easier to block out the outside sound. So definitely recommend a sound machine. Swaddling was definitely huge for us, and it is recommended in all the sleep books that we read, so we strongly believed in swaddling, and it 100% made a difference. It helped calm her down when she was super fussy. It helped just keep her feeling snug. It removes the reflex, the startle reflex when they're first born. So we used the Summer Infant, these guys, the ones that Velcro. I find them way easier to use than a swaddle blanket, which we did use, but for nighttime these are way easier, and I found that they stayed in place a bit better than the blanket, but any sort of swaddle works. And definitely recommend these. We used them up until she was 4 months old, so definitely a good investment. Basically once they start rolling or they show signs that they're not having that startle reflex anymore, you don't need to swaddle. Some babies don't like to be swaddled, but in that initial period you kind of have to let them fight it a bit, and then they give into it and then they relax. So if your baby, is fussing the second you put it on, give them a few minutes to see if they can calm down. So with the whole sleeping, we followed the Happiest baby on the block, which is definitely on my must-have list. We purchased this after she was born, and I really wish that we had purchased this when I was pregnant and had all the time in the world to read. So we were very desperate in trying to soothe a fussy baby, and this was a game changer for us. Once we enacted the 5 S's to calm a fussy, colicky baby, it was just night and day for us. So that is why we strongly believe in the white noise, the swaddle, the soother, all that stuff. So if you have not read this and you're a first time mom, or maybe you had like the perfect baby first time around and second time around you have more of a fussier baby, I definitely recommend this. It has lots of tips just on everything, so highly recommend it. Another book that I highly recommend if you are open to like a sleep training method. This is not a cry it out method. It is the Happy Sleeper. This is what we used to sleep train Rylan when she was about almost 5 months, but the first few chapters are all about from newborn to 5 months, about how to just promote healthy sleep, not sleep training, just how to promote healthy sleep. And it does kind of follow the same theories as this one, so they're all, you know, aligned in how they think. So these 2 books definitely recommend. Another holy grail item that I always recommend is a baby carrier wrap. We do have a baby carrier, but the wrap is so helpful for those first few months, especially, you know, running errands. You can just keep it tied up and get into the car. You don't have to unbuckle anything. And this particular one is the Boba wrap, and it is super, super, super stretchy. The amount of material is very overwhelming, I think, for most people, but once you practice enough, super easy, and it's just so comfortable. And this was the only thing that kept Rylan happy for me to be able to grocery shop or just get stuff done around the house when she was in her witching hour, which was usually around dinner time. So, you know, when you're trying to cook or clean or whatever, it's really difficult when you're trying to cradle a baby and do those things. So a baby wrap is a must-have. There are tons of other brands. I personally like this one just because of how stretchy it is. You can take baby in and out multiple times without even untying it, and it keeps its form. These are waterproof changing pad mats. They're just from Walmart, no name brand, and they look like this. And you just stick them over top of your changing pad, and if you have a cute print that's on your changing pad, you do not want to wreck it. So these are super handy to just stick over top, and then if your baby has a little pee accident or maybe they have a poop explosion, you don't have to worry about ruining your nice changing pad cover, which is usually cotton material. So, and then they're obviously also super handy to just throw into your diaper bag, or have them you know, if you have a diaper caddy, or just have them around the house. They're really, really helpful, super easy to clean. You just huck them in the wash and then you're done. So I purchased some more new ones because we still use these with Rylan on her change pad. So with changings, we used this Diaper Caddy the first time around, and I can link it if they still sell it on Amazon, but it is awesome just to bring around the house. If you have multiple levels, or maybe you just don't want to have to always use the bedroom for diaper changes, invest in a Diaper Caddy. So in here we have the wipes at the top, her diapers on the bottom, and then I also have some flannel burp cloths, which are also my other recommended item. It's a flannel receiving blanket, so they're actually bigger than burp cloths. So handy to have around. I think I have like 40 of them, and I go through them regularly, daily, for spit ups, any sort of little accident. So this is the Diaper Caddy that I have set up right now. I just have those, some soothers that I obviously need to sanitize, and then just a little thing of Vaseline for diaper changes. So this, super handy to bring around the house, and then every night I would just make sure it's all stocked and that we're set to go for the next day. And then I also just have again, another little change pad mat that just goes on top in case we're not near the actual change pad table. I don't know if these are just Canadian or if they are American as well, but these are alcohol-free Ovol drops, and these helped Rylan so much with her gas. So you just stick a couple drops either when they're feeding, breastfeeding, or you can put it into a pumped bottle or maybe formula, and it just helps break up the gas bubbles in their tummies internally. So we tried grape water, which I did buy some more, but I found these were more effective than grape water, and I found that they provided faster relief. So this, I'm sure there's other brands that are the exact same thing. So that's what they are. It just says fast, gentle relief of infant colic due to gas, alcohol free. So I definitely made sure to have this on hand for baby number 2 because these did come in handy for when she was really gassy. The next item is the Dockatot, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. You know, it's like a baby nest. So we used the Dockatot in the pack and play when Rylan was born. It just helped her feel snug in the night, and then we also used it on the couch during the day, on the table. Basically, we just brought it around the house so that she could nap. And my friends have been borrowing this since obviously we haven't had to use it in over a year. So it has been washed, it has been used by 3 different babies now, and it is still in such good condition. The form is perfect. So I mean, for the price you pay, it is highly recommended. Do your own research. Again, some people, you know, don't believe in these. They think that there are issues. Use your best judgment. Don't depend on what someone on YouTube says. This worked for us. I always made sure that I was there with her. She was never left unattended. So I am confident in using this, and I will for sure be using it again. And we also used it to help transition into the crib, which you're not supposed to do, but again, use your own judgment. You know, that's your job as a mom. Go with your gut and do your research. The final recommended item that I have, it's folded up right now, but it is the Fisher-Price Rock and Play. This is the one that plugs into the wall and automatically rocks. You don't have to manually push it with your hand. And this was by far the most helpful thing that we had purchased, and we didn't even buy this until she was about 2 or 3 weeks old because I just thought it was another baby gimmick. Like, how many baby seats do we really need? Any rockers? So I was hesitant on buying this, and you know, I didn't want to spend another $100 and something. So we put it off, and then finally at that 2 to 3 week mark, I was just so desperate to find something for her to be content in, because like I said, she did not like the Mamaroo. Or I don't know if I've said that in this video, but we had the Mamaroo and she did not like it. So I was desperate to find something that she would sleep in or like during the day. So I did my research. This was recommended. I bought it, and again, night and day. I would feed her, whether it be breastfeeding or her formula, and she would pass right out. I could transfer her to the Rock and Play, and it would automatically rock, and she would sleep for 3 to 4 hours, and it was amazing. So I think we even have 2 of these. I think I have one of these at my mom's house, but this is 100% what I will be using again. You're not supposed to use it as a nighttime sleeper, but I know some people have, and we definitely have. I think around like the 4 a.m. mark, when she was a bit more fussier, or if I found if she had a bit more spit up, the incline on this helped her so that she wasn't completely flat and getting like acid reflux. So this is definitely something that I recommend. If you know, can only buy one thing, this is by far the best investment you could have. Between this and the baby wrap, it's hard, but definitely recommend this. I will for sure be using this again, and this is 100% holy grail item for us. So that is it for my newborn baby holy grail must-have items. I hope I'm not missing anything. These are basically all the things that I could think of at the top of my head, which means that they are must-haves. So hopefully you found some of this interesting. I will try to link as much as possible. Some things I did buy a long time ago, so hopefully they will still be up. But thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more of our videos. Thanks for watching.